ZL1 1LEs in 2024? How about the last LT4 motor being built? End of Camaro production. Yes, we're back. Camaro news. Let's get to it. Today's video is brought to you by Lethal Garage Synthetics. If you guys didn't know, I've been an AMSOIL dealer for over 6 years and personally run AMSOIL products in my car, from engine oil, trans fluid, rear gear, brake fluid, etc. Have it all, even their coolant. And if you guys are looking to change your oil or change any of the fluids in your car and want to look for the best product available, hit the link down below in the description. You can sign up as a preferred customer, save 25% off on all of your orders, and on top of that, you can get free shipping. So check it out, hit the link below, and let's get to the video. What is going on, guys? Matt over here with Lethal Garage, and today we have some information. I really don't want to call it news. I guess some of it is news, some of it is been known for a little bit. I've just been really busy in life, and honestly, YouTube has taken a back seat, unfortunately, but I do have videos coming. I have a lot of videos shot. I just need to spend some time to edit them together and get them out. I'm kind of jumping this one ahead of all those, but yes, YouTube, Camaro news. So if you guys didn't know, order banks are completely closed for 2024 model year Camaro. So basically the plant is making the final cars as we speak. There was a post recently posted of literally the last LT4 power plant for a Camaro being built. Check it out. Camaro News had posted about this earlier today, and it's just sad. It's sad to see, one, they never did anything better than the LT4 for the Camaro on the way out, and two, it's done. There's no more LT4s, but is there? So GM has obviously been hard at work making all of the collector's edition cars, but they surprised quite a few people. But also I've been hearing from a lot of people who have had orders. So let me backtrack a little bit. So there's been a lot of people out there that have had orders with dealerships for ZL1 1LEs. They have not been picked up all year. GM had said reduced allocation, wasn't able to build them, didn't have all this stuff, and a lot of it came down to the carbon fiber bits and pieces, which was kind of interesting that they decided to put the collector's edition cars, ZL1 specifically, with the carbon fiber spoilers. And now all of a sudden they have parts and pieces to build ZL1 1LEs, but they are not filling people who have had orders with their dealers. Now keep in mind, just because you went to a dealer and they took your pre-order, that doesn't mean GM ever knew that dealer had that pre-order, because the way it typically works is GM dished out allocation to the dealerships, and as a ZL1 popped up, they would see if the 1LE allocation was available to them, and then they would be able to call you up and say, hey, we have an allocation for your ZL1 1LE, you can come in and order it exactly how you want. Well, I'm seeing lots of posts from people basically who have had orders in from late 2022, so over a year, that are just now getting cancellations. Their dealers are calling them saying, hey, GM, let us know they can't build your order, or can't build your ZL1, or can't do whatever, because they're no longer building Camaros anymore. They still have few cars coming out, but they're not accepting new allocations to build. So the end date, I believe, for convertibles, was it this week? I think it was this week, and then coupes are going through, I think, the first week of December, and no actual 2024 Camaros are going to be assembled in 2024. Maybe a Copo, maybe. It's just not happening. But back to the ZL1 1LE. ZL1 1LE, there's parts bins filled probably with parts for ZL1 1LEs. I know how the bins and stuff work because I've talked with a lot of people who, when they stop production, they're actually able to go and buy all the extra parts and pieces from GM's warehouses that they had left over. Now, GM basically dished out all allocation, and from the dealers that I heard, they said, hey, look, we have this allocation. Do you want to take it? But you can't customize it. Now, I don't know how true that is for every single dealership that had the opportunity to secure one of these last ZL1 1LEs. But the ones that I talk to that actually have a car that's marked in transit coming to them, I called them up and said, yeah, GM basically said, hey, you can get one, but you're going to get it how we build it. And they basically have to agree to how that car is being built, because if you didn't know, the dealership has to buy the car from GM, and then they get it, and then they sell the car to you. And that's why when a car sits on the lot forever, they start discounting them like crazy, unless it's a super rare car like the ZL1 1LE, and they'll probably mark the price up because they know there's none out there available, and there's a lot of people who would like to get one before they're gone. Now, the funny part is the ZL1 1LE might be the most rare car for 2024. Think about that. They made a collector's edition with some of the ZL1 1LE parts, but mostly just a ZL1. So it's got the mag ride instead of the DSSVs and all the other bits and pieces. It doesn't have the canards. It does have the wing. It does have the ZL1 front or the ZL1 1LE front grille. And obviously it has all the Panther and the special color and all that stuff. Those cars are special, don't get me wrong. But based on how we saw allocations picked up early in the year for the 2024 models, and how GM basically just spit out what they could based on the parts they had in bins, the ZL1 1LE for the 2024 model year, I guarantee you, is more rare than a collector's edition ZL1. So as you guys know, was it 350 cars, 300 in America, 50 up in Canada, and now they're spitting out a couple ZL1 1LEs. It's more than a couple. It's probably obviously I can't track every single one. I don't have that kind of access. I think the guys at Camaro Cave, I think he works for a GM dealership, so they kind of get a little more insight. Basically, they have the same insight that I used to get from my dealership. I just stopped asking them because they got tired of me over the years. But once the cars are in transit to the dealers, it will pop up on the back end. I think they can see what cars might be headed to transit. I could be wrong there. Maybe Camaro Cave can comment below if they check out this video. But right now, outside of the plant, there's a bunch of ZL1 1LEs sitting in the parking lot. It looks like there might be a couple dozen, maybe more. Obviously, it's one photo. Here's the photo that I saw. But I've seen a couple other photos popping around with some red ones and a couple other colors floating around. So there's more than just the blue, black, white, and silver cars. There's at least one red one, at least. But those are going to start heading to dealers. So for those of you out there who wanted a ZL1 1LE and now have an opportunity to try to get one. Now, if you are smart, you can go track the transit, find the dealer that actually has it, and see if you can make a deal before they decide to mark it up to the moon. Good luck with that. I'm pretty sure they're going to mark it up sky high because it's the last of its kind, but that's where that's at. So ZL1 1LEs did get produced in 2024. So I've seen a couple posts and comments where people are like, oh, they said there wasn't going to be any ZL1 1LEs in 24. We never said that. We just always said that the allocation was never available and it was on constraint, and that they were still filling back orders, which they did do. They did build some early ZL1 1LEs to fill back orders that came all the way back in 2022. I don't know how many of you guys out there got one, but if you did, comment below. If you got one, if you got a ZL1 1LE towards the end of 2023 or the end of 2022 going into 2023, if you have a model year 2023 ZL1 1LE or a model year 2024, well, I don't know if anybody's gotten a 2024, but there could have been, because they were still trying to build some. Let us know in the comments. Post down below. I'm really interested to see if any of you out there were lucky enough to get one. But all that being said, production is almost done. They're going to run out the last of the cars through early December, and we'll probably see deliveries of Camaros continue through January, February. Looks like the channels has enough cars maybe to make it to March. So 2024 cars will be on the lots in 2024, but none of them will have been manufactured in 2024. That's crazy to me. I mean, I get the whole production side and how the model year starts like mid-year the previous year and all that junk. Like I get that, but it's just funny to me that GM's not building any 2024 Camaros in actual 2024. It seems also hilarious that, well, I guess it wasn't the first, like the second generation Camaro. When it started, it's famously known as the 70 and a half, and the diehard Camaro guys call it 70 and a half. Everyone else calls it 1970 Camaros, but it's really interesting to see that like this is very much the same vein. It's obviously not for the same reasons. It's not because GM didn't have everything ready to get the cars built and going, but in this instance, they're just ending early. Like it's the shortest run of the 6th gen Camaro. It's the most reduced variants of all the different models, collector's editions, ZL1 1LEs, ZL1s. I think the SSs and 2SSs and all that stuff, they built quite a few of those, but yeah, it's very interesting. So yeah. So last LT4 is being built. All of Camaros being built. Yes, there's ZL1 1LEs in the 2024 model year that may be available to you. You got to hunt them down. But it's all somber news. It's the end of the end. People are getting their deliveries of their collector's editions. The cars look beautiful. And it's just sad. You know, Camaro's coming to an end for this chapter. The 6th generation technically right now is the last. GM did announce that the nameplate isn't going to die, but we don't know when it's going to come back, if it's going to come back, and what it looks like if it ever does come back. So I do know that GM has been pushing out and pulled back a lot of plans on their EV stuff, which is interesting. And knowing that they need to make as much profit as possible because they cater to Wall Street. The new V8 is going to be finished here pretty soon. They've invested a ton of money into that. We're going to start seeing that in the trucks and the Suburbans and the SUVs. Will that new platform trickle into sports cars? We don't know. Are they going to do what everyone else does and go into turbo V6s? We just don't know. So there's a lot of stuff happening. Maybe they'll do a hybrid Camaro. The rumors, like there's so many rumors going around, but the biggest known thing is Camaro's ending before the end of 2023, and no more cars are coming off the line out of Lansing. So I do want to just give a huge shout out to all of the people who have fingerprints from the GM side on the 6th generation. It wasn't the best of ways of going out. I think from a true diehard Camaro fan, I consider myself one, and I don't think it was the best goodbye. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below. But I will say the passion, the vehicle itself, the design, the visceral feel, the car itself, I loved it. I love my 6th generation Camaro. It's sitting right here. You guys did a great job, and I appreciate the fact that even for the little bit of time that we got to enjoy and follow along the journey of the car and the ups and downs and the craziness of manufacturing during COVID and microchips, and I mean, it's been a journey. It really has been, and I have really very much enjoyed it, especially all of the Camaro fans that have followed this channel over the years and have consumed content that I've created, no matter how bad it's been, because we all know there's some bad videos out there that I shot early. I had no idea what I'm doing, and I still feel like I don't know what I'm doing, but it's my passion. I love Camaros. I love sharing about installing stuff and things I'm doing to my cars, and if that's ever helped you along the way, hopefully you've subscribed and you've been following along, and maybe we've even talked through DMs on social media, or I've seen you out at events that we've attended over the years. And I am gonna try my dangest to bring myself and my family out to Camaro Fest in Bowling Green, Kentucky in August. It's gonna be an awesome show. If you guys haven't been to Camaro Fest out there in Bowling Green, Kentucky, it's a great event. It's great for Camaro enthusiasts, it's great for friends and family, for car people who are interested. It's a mixed bag of all sorts of different cars. Keep in mind, it's a lot of 5th gen and 6th gen because it really spawned from Camaro 5, Camaro 6 forms. But over the years, there's been more classic cars coming along, 1st gen, 2nd gen, 3rd gens, and 4th gen. So it's just a great opportunity. And for me, it's going to be an opportunity for me to go check out what Kentucky's all about outside of Bowling Green, because me and my family, we are going to try to leave California at one of these points one day. I don't know, but Kentucky is on the high list of places we would like to move to and relocate to. Tennessee also. Okay, it's just beautiful out there. We'd like to get a lot of land and just build a garage and do life and just be left alone, you know, like, and still create videos, hopefully. So you're probably wondering, where's the Classic? I get to pick up the Classic tomorrow. Finally has a hood. It's done, and I'm going to share all about that here in videos to come. So, but that's all I got. That's the Camaro news. Thanks for listening to my rambling. Thanks for subscribing and being a part of the channel. So many of you guys have inspired me to keep going with my build. So many of you have inspired me and my family with my son. You guys know who you are early on. Ryan's doing great. Just had a birthday. Turned 8 years old. If you guys just look back, type in Ryan and blood disorder, and you'll see and hear about all the craziness we went on early in life. And so many of you guys helped and were a part of what I call the lethal family, and to this day you guys are still members. So I thank you all. Thank you for just being there and checking out the content, and until next time, guys, I'll see you on the road.